new Division I women's volleyball rankings have been released, and I'm going to go through the 1 through 25. Wisconsin's number one. Wisconsin with 61 first place votes on number one. Louisville went up to 2, with no first place votes though. Florida is up to number 3 now with 2 first place votes. Nebraska is number 4 with 1 first place vote. Now 5 through 25 are Stanford, Oregon, Texas, BYU, Pitt, Minnesota, Georgia Tech, Penn State, Washington State, Baylor, Ohio State, Creighton, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Purdue, Houston, Kansas, Hawaii, Marquette, Auburn, and yes, Rice dropped out at 25. The same thing goes for Western Kentucky as well. Receiving vote teams are like Rice with 96, Iowa State with 78, Western Kentucky with 66, Washington with 32, Dayton with 24, UCF with 17, Utah State 11, San Diego 9, James Madison 7, Texas A&M 7, Colorado State 6, Duke 6, Texas State 8, 5. So now, what is my top 10 for Division I women's volleyball? It goes as follows: Wisconsin, Nebraska, Louisville, Florida, Oregon, Stanford, Texas, BYU, Pitt, Georgia Tech. Yeah, I gave Georgia Tech a little bit of a nod at number 10 over Minnesota, who's outside looking in, but you could flip-flop on those two. I give you that. Now, teams outside looking in is it's either Georgia Tech or Minnesota for whatever y'all decide. And number 11, outside looking in, they're definitely the number 11 team in the country. One of both of those, 10th and 11th. It's just which order do you want? Penn State, Washington State, Baylor, Ohio State, Creighton. That's just saying some teams outside looking in. Now, what are some top 25 games between now and the next poll? Number 16, Creighton at number 4, Nebraska. Number 10, Minnesota versus Oregon in Palo Alto, California on the campus of Stanford. Number 9, Pitt at number 24, Marquette. Number 21, Houston at number 19, Kentucky on Purdue campus. But there's also that possibility of 1 or 2 games here, just only one of those, it's going to for sure happen. Number 21, Houston at number 20, Purdue, or number 19, Kentucky at number 20, Purdue. One of those two is going to happen. Possibly. Number 8, BYU at number 13, Washington State. Number 15, Ohio State at number 5, Stanford. Number 10, Minnesota at number 5, Stanford. Number 15, Ohio State versus Oregon. And number 6, Oregon. On the campus of Stanford, of course. Number 12, Penn State at number 2, Louisville. Number 18, Tennessee at number 24, Marquette. That's just saying some games. Of course, we have to wait and see what happens because upsets do happen, like in every sport. And, and it's not just ranked versus ranked either. I'm talking about ranked teams versus unranked teams, or even receiving vote teams or not receiving vote teams beat ranked teams sometimes. Anyways, if you like this content, like it, subscribe, and see you guys later. 5 subscribers, we're on the road to it. Let's go.